Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm James and today we're going to do an online race around Monza in the Lexus RCF GT3 on the Competizione. I'm very sorry to any Italian people watching, I probably just completely butchered that completely. Anyway, we're going to do an online race, just a random open lobby in ACC. You see exiting the pit lane now. And this race was really quite interesting actually. I came in here with very little expectations, to be honest, and you know, just jumped in here for a bit of fun, not really knowing where I'm going to qualify, where I'm going to finish, where I'm going to start. So I had no expectations coming into here, and so we're going through Curva Grande and just on the out and out, trying to warm up the tyres, warming the brakes. So we're going to start our firing lap now at the end of the out lap. Coming through Parabolica. Long sweeping corner here. We took a bit too much inside curve that time, but nevertheless, exit was good. Powering down the straight, 155 at 160 miles an hour. That big fuel guzzling V8 out in front. Braking here at the 150 board. Hard on the brakes, down to first gears, trail braking just a tiny bit on the way in, not too much curb. Yeah, exit was quite poor there, we couldn't quite get the traction down as early as we'd like, but not too bad. Again through Curva Grande, nice flat corner, 5th gear into 6th now, and braking just after that 150 board into the 2nd chicane. Going deep, we hit the sausage curb on the inside, so it's a pretty scruffy lap so far. It's not really that great. I've come in here, just whacked on a setup and just gone out there and tried to get a lap in at the end of the session. Into the 2nd Lesmo, bit of curb on the inside, we get a little twitch on the exit, so our exit is slightly compromised there. So 110 as we go under the board. Braking just after the board into a Scari. We've got a yellow flag up ahead. Someone's obviously a bit slow, was just ruining that. And we've gone, terrible Scari. We've got the McLaren on the left there rejoining. You can see our exit is so bad that we don't even know which gear to decide to go in. Braking just after the board here, down to 3rd, through the final corner, tiny smidge of curb on the inside. We're going to come up to the line. It's not looking a great time, and it's going to be a 152.5, so not really one to be 12th out of 20, so I was kind of hoping a bit more than that. We go for a 2nd run just at the end of the session. Through a Scari, again not so great. It's going to be a corner I have to work on. We take a bit too much outside curve, just hit the gravel, the rear's out, and we're round. We can't just catch it, and that was as good as that's going to get. So 13th currently, ends up being still 13th, 14th even. So we're just going to start. Here we go. Start is on. Now these starts are very jumbled. You've got players with all different kinds of abilities, you know, so the starts can be a bit interesting with sometimes 3 wide, 4 wide as the lights go green. So we're going to see whether it's the same kind of story this time. Everyone's trying to get up to speed, warming the tyres a little bit, warming the brakes a little bit. Going up to the line, we want to keep in that green section. Then we go up to 43 miles an hour here. We've got the Ferrari quite slow in front. We're going to have to go through the middle as the lights go green. Decent reaction from the line. We're going to take the Ferrari on the inside and just pull over to the left to cover off any counter move. But that's a decent start.
On the left.
Just braking fairly early, don't want to cause a big pile up as per usual in Monza.
Clear on the left.
We've got the Bentley on the left here. We kind of have to leave him space, try and get a good run on the exit. We're still side by side, coming up to Parabolica. Gonna have to leave each other room here. long sweeping right hand corner. He's on the outside, so he's losing out a little bit there on the left. He's trying to couple the move early, but he's still there. And he's going to send it on his own, but I have to brake very early because the Ferrari is slow in front. We sort of shuffle the Bentley out wide. It's a bit cheeky of us, but it's making sure we solidify our position here. And there we go. So we just slotted in front of the Bentley, just behind the Ferrari that was slow into that chicane, almost caught us off guard. But it wasn't too bad in the end. So not a bad start, up 4 positions, or even more than that. We're into 8th from 14th, so it's not a bad start, I guess. Into a Ascari here again, see if we can take it better than in qualifying.
Slow car ahead.
And we certainly have that. We've got Ferrari on the right, that's going to get us up to 7th. We've got a slow Merc here, who's obviously been involved with the Ferrari. Staying in the toe, pulling out to the right hand side. There's another free position for us. And you can see how that's bunched up the pack. And I thought, well, let's go for it. We tried it around the outside of the final corner. It's not quite going to do anything there. Ferrari's over the curb on exit, so he's had a pretty horrific exit like me. And we're just going to tuck into the slipstream here. That's all we can do. Monza, you know, it kind of gets into these big trains where no one's really gaining on anyone because they're just in the slipstream of the car in front. We've got the McLaren going straight on there, so everyone's missing their braking zones into the chicanes, particularly this first one. And you can see him rejoining up ahead there, so he hasn't really lost too much time. But again, we're still behind the Ferrari, we've still got this pack in front. There's definitely moves that can be made here. You can see the Ferrari goes up the inside of the McLaren, so from being slow from going across the chicane and having to be slow around Parabolica due to that, he's lost a position to the Ferrari. I'm thinking, well, why can't I do the same? So I'm going to tuck in behind the McLaren through the second Lesmo here. 3rd gear, powering out. We want to be on the power really early, using all the curb. Wasn't a great exit from us, so it's kind of been dropped by a few tenths by the McLaren. But still perfectly in reach to go with for a few moves in the coming laps, in the coming minutes even. So 11 minutes to go. You can see my front left tyre is at 27.9, and that's not really where I wanted it to be. It's a bit on the fringes of that's going to start to overheat. So we don't really want that spiking up too much. So got to take the corners nice and flat. That's a good exit to Parabolica. We're going to try and tuck into the slipstream as quick as we can into the McLaren. Just tucking in, just gaining. Personal best, well obviously because the first lap is standing start. And you can see I don't really want to make it 3 wide down into the chicane. They're going side by side. I'm just going to have to wait and be patient. Try and get the cut back on the McLaren. But you see, he just gets a little bit more traction off the corner, manages to keep the position. So nothing we can do there. That's just purely, I'm on the outside, all I can hope for is a cut back at that point, and it hasn't quite worked. Into the second chicane, we're gonna have a look. He covers it off quite late. We give him a little love tap, just say, yeah, I'm here mate, I haven't gone away. And if you look in the mirror, you can see that the Bentley, because of all this fighting, is still there. But anyway, lap 3, gap still about the same. The Bentley's actually dropped off now, so we've put in some good sectors, some good corners. Ooh, McLaren goes a little deep there, that might compromise his exit. But the drive of the McLaren just pulls him forward. It seems to have really good traction, that car, so we can do nothing again. I think that is definitely a downside of the Lexus. It's just not quite as good through the traction zones, top speed wise, very good. But out of these slow corners, it's not so good. So you can see a big gap sort of forming behind. but this pack ahead is really condensing, so there's still definitely opportunity here. We're in 6th, but there's definitely more potential to gain. Talking about position to be gained, we've got a BMW, right goal BMW, slow on the right. He's just been off in a Ascari. We're gonna say thank you very much. It's a free position.
Clear on the right.
Get him just before the braking zone, and that's a move done. You might want to watch the BMW, because he's not just going to say, oh, I'm just not going to give that up. He's going to try and stick with us, of course. He's annoyed. He's just pinned it at Ascari, and he's going to be angry at himself. So hopefully we get some more racing from him. But here we go again into the first chicane. The McLaren having a look on the Ferrari. Nothing quite happening there. You really have to be alongside to get the move done into the chicane. There's nothing really happening there. Here you go, the Beamer, 0.4 of a second behind. Now, due to the thumbnail, you can see fuel perfection, but almost. Now, I sort of guessed the fuel. I put 30 litres in. I thought it's probably going to be about a 7-lap race. 30 litres should be fine. It turns out not so much. You'll see late in the race we're going to have to start fuel saving. So it sort of messes up our race a little bit. We can't really stay with that group as much. You can see we're going into a different engine map now on the left hand side. We're in engine map 2 through that sector to try and save a bit more fuel, and yeah, it's going to cost us a little bit. But through the mid sector there's definitely more corners than any of the other sectors. But as you can see, the McLaren off Ascari just took too much inside curb and flies off the track, so that's another free position for us. We're up into 4th place here. It's not been a bad return. Oh, there's a big snap of oversteer into Parabolica though for us, and we're going to have to take the wide line of avoiding that exit curb, because that can literally launch your car into space. And oh, that's unfortunate, but gained one and we sort of lost at the same time there. But skipping to the chicane on the same lap, you see the gap sort of opened up to the Ferrari and the guys ahead. The leader's not far around the corner, so maybe a chance, but at this stage, 4 minutes to go, probably nothing gonna avail. And you can see at the end of the lap, the gap to the Ferrari is still about the same, just a second or so. But he goes straight on. Now, at the time I was thinking, hang on, he's gonna gain a massive advantage from that. You can see Kid KG in the Ferrari ahead, he's actually a lap car, so whether that was intentional to try and get past the lap car and not use any time was, yeah, maybe that was the reason, but it's a bit cheeky, and I'm sure he's probably got a warning from that minimum. So I'm stuck behind this lap car. At the moment we're not really losing any time, we're similar-ish pace. I'm a bit quicker, so he's wide through the first Lesmo there, but we've got a tow at the minute, so this tow actually might bring us closer to the Ferrari. It's the Ferrari has no tow in front. So look, just tucking into the slipstream, right behind the green Ferrari. I'm flashing my lights and I'm like, right, I really want to get past him before Ascari. And we get past. He lets us through, he backs off, which is really nice. So that's good. And we can push straight on ahead. There's a car off to the right there, lap car luckily, so, or rather that would benefit us certainly if that wasn't a lap car. And you can see our engineer says running low on fuel. We're on the final lap now. We've only got 2.5 litres of fuel. It's about 3.3 litres per lap. We're gonna have to do some mega fuel saving here to get this thing to the end. You see, we're gonna go in. We're in engine map 3, even in the first sector, going, come on, we just need to save a bit more fuel. Third place is looking unlikely now because we can't gain really much on the Ferrari using high engine maps like this. We definitely had the pace on him, I'm pretty sure, over the race. Over the course of the race, you know, we were just a bit quicker. everywhere, but you can see even through there he's gaining a little bit, he's making just little mistakes. We're still in engine map 3 there, and it's so frustrating, you know. You just feel like podium is definitely possible here, but due to my fuel calculation it's just come to no avail here at the minute. So we've got a big gap behind, we've got a 5.5-7 second gap really to the next car, so we've got a gap at least. So if we do, you know, get it close on fuel, there's a chance. But yeah, and you can see the guy in second also has a drive-through penalty, so that could gift us a position. But we're coming through up to the final corner now, braking after the boards as usual. Through the final corner, and we've run out of fuel. Just on the exit of the corner we've run out of fuel, that's it. Nothing left. We're just gonna have to coast it to the line. The line is just up there about 100 meters away. So unfortunate. The lap car goes through, so we haven't lost a position there. The Bentley goes through though, there's 5th. We're just gonna keep the position until the next car.
Good job.
And that's it. So yeah, it was a difficult one, I mean, so, but that's it there. So there we go, gonna end up actually finishing in 4th because of the drive-through. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a nice day, and I'll see you all next time.